we go.
1 second. I'm wondering why this lady called the manager.
What? Why?
Because she thinks she can pull her own strong arm out.
Oh, we weren't even doing anything
Yes,
illegal.
exactly.
Oh, wow. Sure, talk to the manager.
Sure.
Hey,
So we
we're
can be
totally
escorted
allowed to
out.
throw things in people's faces. Hey, I'm getting my phone on the record.
Please, by all means.
Hey, by the way, I wasn't involved in that at all. I made a couple
Aw.
statements and I walked away. And by the way, she never clarified if it was harassment or not.
Nope. Hey, let me just come this way. Just come this way.
There you go.
No. Just saying if he's the head clerk. He looked like the head clerk.
Oh. Hey, you want to go tell Dan?
Yeah. Hey, somebody called a head clerk over to the Starbucks because of some sort of confrontation they thought was happening. And we just said some things and left. And so we're wondering who the head clerk is.
We were wanting to speak to him. Yes, thank you.
Just think.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're good.
Are you the head clerk? So, as I was walking away from that conversation, which I just simply mentioned a couple of things to him, I overheard her say something like, hey, there's these guys, they're over here, blah, 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 blah. And so I don't know how much of that information you got. I don't know if you're interested in, saying something to us or doing anything to us or whatever. All we wanted to do was simply inform the Starbucks employees and the other employees here very quickly. We basically caught you guys all human trafficking homeless people, and you closed down this lobby illegally. This is multiple times this has happened, and we caught it all on tape this time. So it's all up on YouTube now, and you can actually go get the full story. Dan told us multiple times in different ways that it was both closed down. That it wasn't closed down, and then it was closed down for homeless people, and then now it's closed down for no reason at all. And so I just wanted to let you guys know there's no actual issues. But
Well, I just want you to relay all that information to him. Hi, how's it
Oh,
going?
sure. Sure. Good to meet you. Same thing for you. Yeah, absolutely. Are you the main manager here?
Yes, I am.
Sweet. I've been trying to get a hold of someone higher than Dan. Is Dan underneath you?
Dan Melorano.
Dan, yeah, it's kind of a bigger, heavy-set guy.
Yeah, I think it's bald for short hair.
He's store manager here.
Oh, okay.
So it would be
He's above you?
yeah.
Oh, then it's already...
Yeah, it's already.
yeah, it's not... Hey, we'll let you guys know. We caught Dan and other managers closing down the lobby and then giving different reasons for it. Some say homelessness, some say not. And Dan had told us right before it closed that it actually doesn't close at all. And so we basically caught King Soopers in a homeless hate crime. This is not the first time. It's been happening across the state, at least from Fort Collins down.
King Soopers in homeless frequent areas have been closing down their lobby areas and saying, "Oh, it's just a Starbucks."
Yeah,
and
or
technically
that it's
customers
cleaning
are
at
under
night,
the protection
things like
of
that.
national origin, disability, race, religion, sex.
Yeah, so we're sorry, we're really heated right now just because we have to deal with this stuff every single day. But generally speaking, all we want to let you guys know is that it's all on YouTube, so you can find out for yourself, and so you can go get mad at your own managers for lying to the public and so forth and so on. And it was
It's like you
no
cater to
consistency.
daytime people. We don't cater to nighttime people. We like to take
Yeah,
calls
we
later.
called them out on it,
We have
and
to have
we
people
caught
to work on. You guys started closing it down for homeless people because you didn't want to take 911 calls against them. You decided to close down altogether.
Yeah, so the saving of money to police and so forth, we've seen people steal land, actual public land, and put fences up around it without permits to stop homeless people from that.
You mean that we don't close our store at night, dude?
Oh no.
But you
you
closed
just
this
area
you closed
over
this
there.
lobby, which
Starbucks.
didn't used to be closed, and it was only closed in the name of homeless people. So
chairs.
we're not homeless. We have night
Because the
needs.
Starbucks isn't open 24/7.
That's the thing is it was open 24/7 and we've been here a lot of times.
And we were
used it
told
at
by
night.
Dan that it was open 24/7. The
And now it
lobby.
recently closed.
He told us the same evening that it closed all of a sudden. We asked specifically, does the lobby ever close? He said no. He was telling us to not stay overnight at the time, by the way, which we had
Which we
never
never
stayed
did.
over the night.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a lynch, basically.
So yeah, we open 24/7. I mean, we lock the door with Starbucks because
Well, it's just not a main
Starbucks-
entrance, yeah. But
Yeah,
what we're saying is
not the main,
but
but my main entrance is always open.
From the hours of 8 till 6 in the morning, those tables over there have been blocked off, and people can't use it to eat.
regardless of their status, if they're homeless or not.
What do you mean by block off? With
With the tape or trash cans or merchandise.
Yeah, they say that the Starbucks lobby closes now, but that's kind of a front as a cover because they did it for homeless people, and now they won't say that anymore. And so,
There was Dan was one of the managers, and then there was a handful of like 3 others. He was one of them, and another one that looked like him, and a lady.
He told you we closed it because of homeless people.
that's what this is why we put it on YouTube so you can watch it in order. We got several different stories from several different people, and that's why we're so concerned. Because
Some
we got
people say none. Some people are like, yeah, we've had so many calls, we just had to start closing it down.
So we know there's a ghost protocol. We do this a lot for other jurisdictions where we'll call in as like an anti-abortionist to see if they will let us hold a sign in the same place that a homeless person won't be able to hold that sign. And they always say, oh yeah, it's a private drive, and yet we'll have been picked up on a median statute that only applies to public roads. So there's this theme we catch of two-facedness, of ghost protocols, of any time that someone is not being truthful, we can catch it by going and talking as a different person, or having someone else talk to them, or us talking to a different manager.
Because they won't give us the straight answer,
Yeah.
but then when we have a friend, someone come in, they're like, basically give them a different answer.
Yeah, so we got all the answers, all the angles. It's all on YouTube, and I just really wanted to let you guys know so that you can start protecting yourself from these people, because they're going to pull you in, and you might actually inadvertently be committing some crimes
you
with them,
wouldn't wanna be
like with the carts out there and stuff like that. We're just saying.
Meaning, if you talk to Dan and them, and then they say, yeah, we just closed it down for just cause, like.
That's the real sting, is if you guys go ask Dan and he's like, oh, it's just policy and so forth. We have Dan and other people saying in different contexts, yeah, man, too many calls and stuff. It's just too messy, or, all sorts of. So it's the two-faced nature of it, that they aren't able to keep a straight story because they're trying to hide that they covered it for homeless people.
I'm really hungry, but we'll sum it up like this.
Okay.
Civil
sum it up, because right now we go
Yeah.
Civil discrimination, segregation. You guys were not allowed to close it down for homeless people. Plain and simple.
Yeah, because what ends up happening is you take it away from everybody else that can use it at night. Employees, regular
Seen
people, anybody.
Families, an old guy, many other demographics, and we're one of them that likes to use it at night. Who cares if we're homeless? We have somewhere else.
We just happen to be looking like we're homeless. We haven't profiled a lot, so it's
we
really
asked
stupid.
to open it back up. They're not opening it back up. And also, they took the chairs out, or the tables out from the outside. They put carts in there. They didn't do that before. And there's
Yeah, at least
actually
the
a place
outside.
where they can put carts. So they're trying to cover up that they did this.
No. We do not shut down that lobby because of homeless people. I can promise you that. Yeah,
Not
This
you,
is-
but
we
other
did not.
people.
Yeah,
did.
by we, I mean the management specifically told us when we asked the managers here, they said it was for homelessness, and that's why we put it on YouTube, is because they're not going to tell you the same thing.
You
But
have
you
a
guys are
concern.
hired.
You guys know. You guys should come to me, Mandy or Dan, right? Okay.
That's why I called you over here.
Yeah, so we've already talked to Dan and everything.
That's
If
pretty
you
much
ask
it, yeah.
Dan and he doesn't give you if he says, oh, it's just because, I would record that for your own protection. That's the lawsuit. Is because now he's lying to you to
Technically,
cover up
we actually
that it was
went
over
to
homelessness.
An old lady, and we explained it, and she was pissed that King Soopers was lying to her and why it was closed down. Because she was sitting on a sales bench that wasn't a real bench, and she was waiting for a ride, and there was nowhere to sit outside because they removed the tables outside.
Yeah, so it's affecting daytime users too. But yeah, Dan and other people told us, not specifically Dan, we got the other side from Dan. We got that it doesn't close and then it just closes for no reason. But we got other managers very clear about them talking with their management team to close it down for homelessness. So we just,
Anyways, that's
sorry,
pretty much
it's
it.
so
Beating a dead horse.
over. We're beating a dead horse, exactly. We're just, we were just on our way, so we're really sorry, guys.
Okay. No,
Thanks.
no problem.
Take care. Hey, Dave.